Have you recently decided that it's time to buy a home? And then when you thought about it, you realized, I have no idea how to do that. Well, you're in the right place because in this video, I'm going to take you step by step through the general procedure of buying a house. Hi, I'm Mike Padlo, Realtor in the Detroit Metro and Downriver Michigan areas. And you're watching me on my YouTube channel, Detroit Area Homes. Today, we're going to be talking about the process of buying a house. Now, depending on the source, you'll see anywhere from 5 to 8 steps. Personally, I like the 8-step model, so that's the one I'm going to use today. If you'd like a graphic that kind of outlines the procedures I'm about to explain to you, in the description below, I've provided a link where you can go and access one. The first thing you're going to want to do when buying a house is to meet with a real estate professional. They can guide you along the way, step by step through the entire process, explaining all the details involved, helping you fill out all the forms at the right time and in the right way. And they can help you find the home that fits all of your needs for the best price possible. The next thing you're going to want to do in the home buying process is get pre-approved by a lender. Getting pre-approved helps you in a couple ways. First of all, it establishes a budget. So you know exactly what price range you should be looking in. You're not wasting time looking for homes in 90210 when you know there's no way you can afford that. Also, by getting pre-approved, you are giving reassurance to a seller that you can actually afford to buy their home and that they're not wasting their time accepting an offer from a buyer who really can't afford their house. If you don't have a preferred lender, most real estate agents can either recommend a lender to you, and some even work in brokerages that have in-house lenders, which can really streamline the transaction and help move the process along quickly. Once you've met with an agent and are pre-approved by a lender, now it's time to look for a house. Your agent will help you create a list of features and neighborhood characteristics that you're looking for. Once you've established the features that you're looking for in a house and the neighborhoods you want to look in, your real estate agent will access the MLS, the multi-list service. There, every house that's being listed by fellow agents in your entire state will be available. And they'll be able to weed through all of the homes that are on the market and find the one that best suits your needs. In addition to the MLS, you can also look on home search sites, and some people even find their homes on places such as Craigslist. Don't leave any stone unturned. Once you've found a home that has all the features you're looking for in the neighborhoods you're interested in, the next thing to do is to make an offer. Your agent will use their knowledge of the market area and the market data available to come up with what appears to be a fair price for the house you're interested in. They'll often communicate with the seller as well to see what type of offer the seller is interested in, so as to not present something that you know won't be accepted. At that point, your agent will craft an offer that they believe will get the house you're looking for at the lowest price possible. Yeah. Once your agent has submitted an offer to the seller, the next stage in the home buying process is the negotiation and contract stage. This can be a pretty short stage if the seller likes your initial offer and accepts it. Sometimes, however, sellers don't take your first offer, and some negotiation has to take place. There could be one or more counteroffers between you and the seller, or sometimes if the property's on the market for a while and the seller realizes that maybe their expectations were a little bit too high, you can come back later and make another offer, the same or maybe slightly different, and have it accepted. Whatever it takes, at some point in the negotiation process, you and the seller come up with a price and some terms that you both find agreeable, and you sign a contract to purchase the house. Once you and the seller have agreed on the price and signed a purchase contract, the next stage in the buying process is called escrow. Actually, it's really not a step. It's kind of a status. In fact, some markets don't even recognize the term or talk about it. Basically, it's kind of a holding pattern for the house that you're purchasing. The seller can no longer accept any offers on it, and you don't quite really own it yet. You won't until you sign all the papers at the closing. So it's kind of a limbo state for the property where nothing's really happening, and while everybody's gathering up all the information necessary to close the deal. The next step in the home buying process is called final details or due diligence. During this step, you're going to do the things that are going to happen during what is typically called the escrow stage that I just explained to you. During this time, the home buyer will usually have a professional inspection done to make sure that there's nothing major wrong with the house and decide if they're okay with continuing with the purchase process. Also, either the buyer or the lender will order an appraisal to make sure that the house is worth the purchase price that was agreed upon. As long as the buyer is happy with the inspection, this stage is mostly made up of waiting for the lender and the title company to sign off on the transaction and give everybody the thumbs up to proceed to closing. If you've made it through the first 7 steps of the process, now you're finally at step 8, closing. This is pretty straightforward. This is where all the paperwork is signed and ownership is officially transferred from the seller to the buyer, and the keys to your new home are put into your hand. And congratulations, at this point, you're a homeowner. Okay, the general steps I just shared with you is just an overview of the home buying process. If you would be interested in a more detailed explanation of each of the steps involved in this process, you can start by watching this video next. It's the first in a series in which I go into much more detail about all the steps involved in the home buying process. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Every Monday I release a new video and you don't want to miss any of the great information. Thanks, and we'll see you later.